Hey guys, it is nice and bright and sunny out, but don't let that fool you. It is freezing out. It is so cold. Winter is here. So I'm definitely not here to do yard work. Today I'm going to rearrange my shed and put it into winter mode. I'm going to pull out all the machines. I'm going to winterize the motors that need to be winterized. I'm going to start up the snowblower and get that running. I'm going to rearrange where everything is in the shed to make it more easily accessible for the winter tools. And then I'm going to get my driveway markers and I'm going to put those up. That makes it a lot easier to snow blow, because once everything's covered in snow, you can't really see where the edge of the driveways and the walkways are. And if I get all that done quickly enough, I may do a little bit extra. There's a really loud bird just buzzing around my yard. It looks like a crow, but it's so loud. Oh, there's a bunch of them. Look at that. All right, that's enough of that. Time to get to work. All right, here's what it looks like in here right now. I have 2 lawnmowers, which is a long story, and I have 2 snowblowers, which is another long story. Plus I have the yard vacuum. So all this stuff has to get out, and then we'll start sorting through it. All right, I have this stack of firewood in here that was just drying out over the summer, and it's dry enough now, so I'm gonna dump it all into my firewood wheelbarrow and then get it out of here so I can sweep up the floor. All right, time to sweep out this floor. It's very dirty. All right, so I have the red snowblower right there, and then I have this black one right here. So the deal is, this is my actual real snowblower. The red one is the one I got last season. I fixed it up and made a couple videos about it. And my plan is to sell it on Craigslist, but it has to be snowing to sell a snowblower on Craigslist. Otherwise, nobody's really buying them. So my plan is to use that one once it starts snowing and just keep using it until I sell it, and then I'll fire up this one. So today I'm not starting up the black one. I'm actually just gonna reposition it over here into this corner, and I'm just gonna get the red one started. The one really negative thing about snowblowers with tracks is that they're really difficult to move when they're not running under their own power. All right, now we have room in the far corner here for the machines I'm not going to use all winter, like the lawnmowers. So, time to start winterizing those. Actually, first I'm going to do the small handheld stuff. The orange weed whacker needs to be winterized, but I want to brush it off first because it's covered in dead grass. All right, I'd like to drain the gas out of the weed whacker, but unfortunately the tank is just about full. Now the gas I put in there is stabilized, so I'm just going to leave the gas in there all winter, and hopefully it still runs in the spring. So I'm going to start it up, and I'm going to start up the leaf blower, let them warm up. Then I'm going to stop them, and I'm going to take the spark plug out of the weed whacker and spray some fogging oil into the engine. Then I'm going to just pack it away for the winter. I actually don't winterize my leaf blower because I use it periodically all winter, because the leaves just blow down the street, down the driveway, and down the walkway all winter long. So I just try to start up the leaf blower at least once a month, and I never actually winterize it. So I'm going to do that first, and then we'll move on to the bigger machines. All right, so I'm just going to spray fogging oil through the hole where the spark plug goes and directly into the cylinder. This oil coats the inside walls of the cylinder and it prevents them from getting any surface rust while the motor's sitting. So when I start it up in the spring, it will smoke a bit while it burns off the oil, but the sides of the cylinder will be nice and smooth. That extends the life of the engine long term, so hopefully this machine lasts for a very long time. So once you spray it in, you have to put the spark plug back. Now when I winterize a motor, I don't plug the spark plug wire back in, and that's just my way of me keeping track of which motors are winterized and which are not. So I'm just going to leave it just like this. Like I said, I'm not winterizing the leaf blower, so now I'm just going to put these back. All right, those will be good until next spring, so on to the bigger machines. All right, next up is the orange lawnmower and the gray yard vacuum. So what I'm gonna do is start both of them up, let them warm up for a few minutes. Then I'm gonna shut them both off, drain all the fuel out of them. Then I'm gonna start them up again. There'll still be a little bit of fuel in the carburetors, so they'll run for a little bit after that until they completely run out of gas. Then I'm gonna take both the spark plugs out, spray in some fogging oil, and they will then be winterized. Now to make things a little bit easier, I'm going to use my siphon and put the gas directly into the snowblower. That way I don't have to bother putting it into the gas can, only to then pour it out into the snowblower after the fact. All right, now I'm going to start them both back up again and just let them run until they completely run out of gas. Oops. All right, just like with the other machines, I'm going to take the spark plug out, spray in some fogging oil, put the spark plug back, but not put the spark plug wire back. Uh-oh. I think I just stripped out the engine block. That's not good at all. Be careful when you're tightening spark plugs. Although I didn't feel like I was tightening this one too much. Oh well, that's a problem for another day. Oh, I almost forgot. I have to take the GoPro mount off so I can put this on the snowblower. Great, now I'm going to do the same thing for the red lawnmower. I'm going to start it up, let it warm up, and then stop it and siphon the gas out. Then I'm going to start it up again to use up all the gas. Then take the spark plug out, spray in some fogging oil, and then pack it away. The only difference with this is I'm going to put this one inside my basement because I still have a little bit of work to do on it, so I don't want to leave it out in the shed. So this style of gas siphon works really good. It moves the gas very quickly and it saves you a ton of time. I used to just let the machines run until they run out of gas, but that could have taken hours with the amount of gas that was in some of those machines. So it saves you a little money, saves the environment a little bit, and it saves you a lot of time. And this toolbox, you can just get these at Harbor Freight for like $6. And you can put anything you want in them. I have a bunch of these. All right, it is finally time to fire this machine up. Now I had this thing running great last spring after I was done fixing it up, and it's just been sitting winterized ever since. I have a whole video that's over an hour long where I completely restore this machine. So hopefully it starts up nice and easy, and then if it ever snows this year, I can put it to some good use. All right, time to do the driveway markers, which I keep on the ceiling. Just two of those hooks that you can get at Home Depot or Lowe's. Keeps them nice and out of the way. The way I do it is I just have this metal rod that I hammer into the ground and then pull it out and put the orange marker in that hole. The ground is partially frozen in a couple of spots, so I might have some trouble putting some of these in. It doesn't usually freeze this quickly, but it seems like it was only a week or two ago that it was 60, close to 70 degrees, and the temperature just dropped quickly. Plus, this is New England, so half the time you hammer them down, you hit a rock or something, and you have to move it over and try again. But I'll get them in eventually. This one's a little crooked, but oh well. Ruh-roh, stuck. All right, with a pair of vice grips, I can clamp onto that rod and twist it, and that will let me pull it out. Uh-oh, that's a problem. All right, straight enough. All right, last one, finally. All right, so here's what the shed looks like now. Easy access to this snowblower. Lawnmower, yard vacuumer packed away, trash barrels away in the corner. My real snowblower is behind there, so as soon as I get rid of this one, I'll be able to pull that one out, fire it up. All right, so I'm done with these power tools, aside from the snowblowers, until next spring. So I'll see you in a few months, or sooner if it actually snows, and then I'll be making some snowblowing videos. But this video is not done yet. I have one more thing to do. I'm going to get my go-kart running and then maybe take it for a little spin. I winterized it last spring because the only time I really use this thing is to just drive around the neighborhood when it snows. So I'm going to gas it up and see if I can get it running. And I'm also going to try to put some air in the tires, but the valves are broken, so that might not work. Tough angle to get in there. Oh, that's not great. Alright, that's all for now. I do plan on making snowblowing videos this winter, but the last 2 years I've had this YouTube channel, we have not had any major snowstorms. So we'll see if this year's any different. Until then, I'll see you later.